And welcome back to Castlegoat. It is full winter. The land is wearing a thick carpet of snow, and I approve, even if it is somewhat glaring to the eye. I can only imagine that all of our gnomes are loving this, because I certainly would. Our yaks, however, are covered in snow. How, I don't know, because they're underground. I think they must have all just been stood there specifically to get snowed on. Not that I would really blame them for wanting that, honestly. Our Great Hall is coming along. I have marked out some further areas that need to be built up. We've got a couple more pillars in it, but there's still, as you can tell, a lot of work to go. Now, the main reason I brought you back at this moment, and the main reason I haven't unpaused the game, is something truly wondrous has occurred. 3 nomads. That's right, not 1, not 2, definitely not 5, but 3. We have Wobble, Falco, and Jorisbart. I've had a quick look at their skills. None of them are particularly good for the military, but I am thinking that some of them probably will end up in the military, at least in the distant future. Maybe not straight away, but at some point. None of them have particularly good armor skills. But I have already consulted with Chaotrocles, and Chaotrocles has decreed that Wobble should be replaced by Undead Llama. There you go, Undead Llama. Welcome to the fort. And Falco shall become Gandalf. Not Gandalf the White. Unfortunately, we're not that fortunate. It is Gandalf, not even the grey, really. Gandalf the sort of washed out black. You know, the kind of black that you get from your rugby jersey after many, many washes with a washing detergent of ill repute. Sanans shall be our last gnome. There we go. The 3 of you can rush off and get into the fort, please. Quickly, because we never know when the goblins will arrive now, unfortunately, because the way that they travel to the fort means that they can sometimes just end up arriving in the middle of the day. I say unfortunately, I actually prefer it like this, because I felt that, in a way, being able to always predict when they were going to attack was a little bit cheap. Now, I'm deconstructing this skull on a pole because I'm going to try and increase the effectiveness of these traps by forcing enemies to walk over them. And the way I'm going to do that, in fact, I'm also going to deconstruct this. These are temporary measures. These are not going to be constructed forever. I will replace them when we start building the gatehouse, which will have very grand entryways. But for now, we need to move some things around. Now, what I would like is for another piece of wall to be built. In fact, 3 bits of wall. And we'll still make them dirt. Yeah, 1 there. And 1 there, and 1 there. And we'll also build some floors. Now, effectively, what I'm doing here is I'm forcing the attackers to walk over all of the traps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have doors at these points. This will mean that things will tend to bunch up before they enter the area. I'm going to build a stone wall there, though, since it is at least a part of the fort proper, and as such needs to look proper. But then we want to build, where are you, furniture, door. We'll build a basalt door by there, and we need another one made, please. Stone door, basalt, there we go. Now, I imagine that our stonemasons will be very, very busy building all of the stone that we need over there. Now, before we get distracted, let's have a look at our new nomads and see exactly what we can do with them. First and foremost, though, I'm going to set them to laborers, simply because nomads do actually have professions. They have jobs enabled, and I would rather clean the slate there so I can actually see when I look at a sign how many people we have on each type of task, and then I can make an informed decision on which types of tasks we actually need filled. So that should be long enough. Now, if you look here, we've got 3 miners, masons, and stone carvers, 3 woodcutters, carpenters, and wood carvers, and that'll be, yeah, we might want a lumberjack and a miner back again, dedicated to those tasks. We've got 1 weaponsmith and 1 armorsmith, but that's all I want. I want flying staplers and vast sewing to become masters of their craft, and the only way they're going to do that is if they are the only ones working on it. Gem cutters, we've got plenty there. Tailors, again, we're good with that, I think. Leatherworker, bone carver, I don't think we need another one of those. Oh, we've only got one butcher. Okay. We've got potentially 4 ranchers and potentially 4 farmers. We've actually got 2 beastmasters and 2 druids, but they can swap roles when they need to. We definitely want a butcher then, at the very least. Okay, let's have a look at our labourers and see which one of you is best at cutting up well, not living things. Well, maybe living things as well, I suppose. But which of you is best cutting things up into meat? You are not even remotely good at this. Or you. Or you. Ah. Are you all... You're all fairly good at mechanics, actually. You've all got decent horticulture as well. That's interesting. And caretaking. My lord. You all more or less got the same sort of skills. Oh, wait, no, that's telling me what skills you're good at labouring. Sorry. Derp. Right, well, you are actually alright with horticulture and metalworking. Weaving as well. Mining. You are much better at mining. My lord. You're actually very, very good at that. And you're alright at farming. Well, Gandalf, you're going to become a miner. That much is certain. So, welcome to the mining trade. You got 15 in horticulture. Okay, Undead Llama, you're going to be joining Sheilab as a lumberjack. And that means, Sanans, by default, you are going to become a butcher. Where are you? What did we have the butcher set up as? Was it Fleshsmith? Yes, it was, I think. Yes. There we go. Let me just double check that Fleshsmith actually do butcher things. I can't imagine that I would have named them Fleshsmiths if they don't. But it's best to check, I suppose. Horticulture, rancher, yes, butchery. Fantastic. Okay. 2 of your new positions. Wonderful. I'm going to have to make new rooms for you. Yes, I'm going to have to make some new rooms over here. That's a given. But for now, I'm just going to let some more time pass. Maybe some more work will be done over there whilst our new nomads acquaint themselves with the fort. Walk around, you know, ooh and ah, the wonderful architecture. I'm sure they are very impressed. I am very impressed, and I built it. But that's it for now. I will pause the recording, and I shall see you back here in a few minutes, which will probably signify a goblin or mant attack. See you soon. And welcome back. We have a merchant from the Scalded Land with us. I thought I'd bring you back to have a look at what they're offering at this moment. We really don't need any sort of rocks, I don't think. We're not using up the rocks that we don't have many of right now. Actually, granite might be worth picking up if they've got any. Yeah, we'll take some granite because that's going to feature in the Great Hall a bit. Now, what else have you got? You've got plenty of birch and applewood logs and loads of coal. And even a little bit of iron ore. Wait, no, these are mine. Oh, dear me. I almost sold something really precious. My goodness. You do have iron ore, though, quite a lot, and I'm pleased by that. You don't have any coal, though. That's a shame. Got plenty of silver, though. Anything else? You got some yaks, but we really don't need it. In fact, I'm going to sell some of the hide that we've got, because we've got ridiculous amounts. Got 205 yak hide. I'm going to sell that down to 155 of it can go. We'll just keep 50. The alpaca hide. We'll also sell 197 of the yak hide just to clear up some room because we've really got an issue storing all of this hide. In fact, I'll sell it down to no. I'll keep 200 yak hide. I'm probably going to make most of the hide armor in the fortress out of yak, simply because we got so much of it. How much cotton have we got? No, we don't need any. What about? We've not got any copper at all, so we'll take all of your copper. We do not need any of your tin, though. We've got more than enough. Now, how much do we need? We need... actually, not that much. Let's see. I'm surprised by that. We got loads of poor... yeah, yes, we have. Okay, well, we're going to sell off the poor stuff. We won't sell off the ogre, but we'll sell the yak, emu, and alpaca. Since we get this. Wow, we've got a superior ogre sausage. I hope that goes into a superior ogre sausage sandwich. Goblin sandwiches? No, we'll get rid of these as well. We want to continue to encourage our chefs to make more and more and more. Selling off the poor stuff just means they're going to make more to replace it and thus improve their skill over time. As for the wines, I'm not sure about that. We'll sell off the poor wheat beer. And we'll sell off the poor strawberry wine, but we'll keep the apple wine for now. We don't have that many drinks, I don't think. What else have we got? We've got loads of skulls. So many skulls, we just don't need them. We're going to sell the axe skulls. We utterly don't need them. And the emu skulls. We'll keep the bear skulls, and we'll sell the alpaca skulls. We'll keep the skulls that we don't make ourselves, I guess. What else do we want to get rid of? We've got some malachite bars there. Oh, that's interesting. We've got some bronze bars, iron bars, steel bars. Very nice indeed. Loads of cotton bandages. So many cotton bandages. Right, let's get rid of all of these statuettes then. All of them. I had a little bit of a panic while you were gone. The game froze. I didn't know if it was going to come back, but it did in the end. I was very pleased. Poor sapphire ring. Let's get rid of you. Sapphire necklaces. Okay, oh, more than enough. Let me take back some of the things. We'll take back one of these sapphire necklaces. Wow, can we make up the rest of this with just random poor stuff that we don't want to keep? I'm wondering. We'll sell the poor birch door. We don't want a poor door. Any other things? Poor bronze shield? No. We're not going to sell any of the ogre leather either. Loads of wheat straw, which is quite nice to see. Do we have any poor bone armor that we can sell? Poor goblin skull helmet. A masterful goblin skull helmet. My goodness, that's good. Any others? Poor yak bone shirt. Poor alpaca bone shirt. And I think that's probably the lot. Well, actually, we can sell these as well. We've got 22 normal mushroom teas, 65 bad mushroom teas. How is that even possible? You disappoint me. But I think we may be able to make it with what we've got here. Just selling off the poor stuff. Really close. Damn it, just shy. Wow, that's annoying. Okay, I'll take that back. Sell that. This is well over. Well, we'll take back some of the statuettes then. Don't need to take back too many of them. In fact, that is too many of them. We'll give you one of these back. There we go. Trade. Fantastic. That's gotten us a lot more silver, which is brilliant because we are going to need a lot of silver for the Great Hall. Now, at the moment, I've just got everyone working on making more stone, more bricks. I'm going to need quite a few statues in here. That's going to take a long time to set up, so I'm probably not going to hold off on designating all of this for the statues. How is it raining when there's so much snow around? Surely that should be snow. Oh, you silly game. But I'm probably going to have to hold off on actually placing all the statues I want in there. Or maybe even just make statues out of lower value metals just to get something in here. But for now, progress is being made, and that's the main thing that I'm working on. I am also continuing with the mine down here, but it's slow going because I'm also trying to finish off the walls up there. I really want to get up here by the end of winter and have this whole area flattened out so that we can actually start spring with the farms where they need to be. We're going to have some really big wheat farms, a moderate-sized strawberry farm. I don't think we need a strawberry farm of this size, really. But also a small cotton farm. Only a small cotton farm, though. We don't need a big one. Most of the time, what we want is wool. But at the moment, as you can see, the straw for our yaks and alpacas is pretty good because we're keeping the populations down. With larger wheat fields, we'll be able to increase the populations, and for now I'll probably focus on increasing the alpaca populations rather than the yak ones. But once again, I'm going to pause the recording, and I shall bring you back when there is something interesting on which to report. So hopefully see you soon. And welcome back. As you can see, winter makes spotting mants, at least with this tile set, fantastically easy. Now, we've got a little scatter here. I've already killed one of them, but I thought I'd bring you back just to point out just how easy it is to see these guys moving around on a winter map. Now, where are the poisonous ancients? Are you on your way? There they come. Fantastic. Get out there. Slay the man scout. Hopefully, it looks like our assassins may get in there first. And this is a problem. A problem I mean to fix. I'm probably going to move these guys into their own squad. And just have them get out there after I've sent out the poisonous ancients. I think that would really cut back on the potential dangers for our assassins, honestly. I don't want to see anyone die. There we go. You didn't even manage to get there. Who is that? Sir Prancy. My lord, you're rather slow today. Right, let's get that corpse in before someone decides to come out there in the middle of a goblin invasion. Right. I think I may even go ahead and set up the second squad. Now, the problem with squad training is that if you haven't got at least 3 people, the odds of someone not training are fairly high because they'll be off doing something else. So, I think I'll actually work on the bedrooms for the next squad before I split these guys up. In fact, let's start work on that now then, shall we? What we want is some floors, and we'll make these out of basalt again. Basalt, poor old basalt. And I was only just starting to work on the granite for the Great Hall again. Damn it. But we'll draw this out first. And much as below, we'll have rooms of about... Let's see. Yeah, that should do. This wide, with the commander's room being the largest once again. There we go. Now that pretty much mirrors what we've got down there. I'll replace this middle floor with marble, I think it was, or was it granite I used down there? No, it was marble. Okay. Right, we want marble on the floor there. So an engraved marble. The thing is, these rooms are not particularly valuable when they're this small. You really do need the silver statues in them. And when you've got the silver statues, they become really, really valuable, which is great. But, yeah. Oh, Flying Stapler's there. Little sad. She has informed me that she isn't too keen on having her own room. It means that she can't loom over people when they're sleeping in the dormitory. Little bit weird. But I can sort of see where she's coming from. She feels lonely. She's just kind of cooped up by herself. She just works, eats and sleeps. Doesn't really get much time to socialize or, you know, loom over people. Alas, this is the way it must be. But I have said I will try and fix the situation, and I'll do that in a moment. Where are you, Vastoin? I need to give you your room. There we go. Your room is worth 1,438, and Flying Staplers. Oh. I say, you got the cheaper room. We can't let this stand. No. I need to give you... I'm not sure how I'll work it in. Nevertheless, I must. So, let's just move some things around. I'm too good to you, Flying Staplers. I really am. Let's put a torch there. And we'll take this torch away. And we need another bed. So that she can invite gnomes over for innocent looming. I assure you, it is quite innocent. Flying Staplers would never do anything untoward. There are no shenanigans afoot. No. We'll make a birch bed, birch frame, and cotton mattress. There we go. So, oh, did I even set that up? No, I didn't. My lord, what am I doing? Let's get these actually set up rather than just thinking about it. There we are. And we would like another cotton mattress from you, please. Cotton string, and any straw really, but... There we go. As soon as that is made, we will have a guest bed in Flying Stapler's bedroom. Yeah, it's kind of weird. A guest room would make sense. Guest bed... Yeah, but, you know, Flying Staplers is a lady of very specific and peculiar tastes. Now, let's continue with the work up here. We want engraved floor, marble blocks. One there, and indeed there. Now, this will all be pine. Let's hope we've got enough pine planks. I do not believe we do. We need the rainy year to come by. Quite badly, actually. Though I think we've got a few things that we can break down outside. Have we got any pine trees? Yes, we do. Haha! Little pine forest that I built a while ago. Ah, right. An emu is born. Well done, you. Let's cut the clippings first. That way we can replant it. Right, everyone outside, and that includes the soldiers, since if we do get attacked, I would like at least one of you to be out there helping. Now, most people in the fort have horticulture, but most people in the fort also have other jobs that they need to be working on, so it's unlikely that very many of them are going to be out there helping our lumberjacks, but our lumberjacks and our military, since the military will prioritize horticulture over anything else that they're doing. That's pretty much the only other job that they do. But we should actually be through this fairly quickly. It's the cutting down that'll take time, and that's something that only 2 people in the fort are going to really be working on. Actually, no, our carpenters may work on it as well if they don't have anything else to do. But that's fairly unlikely, honestly. But they're making quick work out there, and I shall leave them to it. And to be fair, the gnomes are making very quick work over here as well. Now, are we going to do something similar? You know, I could replace these floors with metal. That would bump the value of the rooms, but having metal floors just seems a little bit odd. A little bit too industrial for my tastes. I know these are gnomes, but come on now. Alright, we'll make the captain's quarters swanky, and then the regulars will just have engraved floors. There we go. And that will be all of the floors needed for these rooms. Once these are all done, then we'll start work on the walls. I'm actually going to prioritize that over these walls for now. I really, really would like to be able to get everything set up there, but before winter ends, that is. But I really don't think I'm going to. Well, actually, it's only the 3rd day. I've got 2 layers, though, to get up. Might be asking for a lot, but I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll be able to make it. I don't know. But first, we need pine. Pine is the key to everything else right now. How's the work in the Great Hall coming along? Oh, actually not too bad. We've got most of the seating areas done now. Fantastic. Right, and now that I can see the colours that I set up, because I had forgotten, let's also replace some floors. We want decorative floor for serpentine. So, and a decorative floor. Let's see. Replace floor. Actually, we want engraved floors. Serpentine on the corners. And finally, an engraved star in the middle, I think. Again, a serpentine. No. There we go. That should be lovely. Right, once again, I shall pause the recording here, and I shall bring you back when there is something to report. So, see you soon. And there we go. Flying Staplers now has 2 beds in her bedroom. Perfect looming distance. This is science right here. I looked it up. Now, outside, we are almost finished pulling in all of the pine. Not quite done it yet. I noticed that I hadn't set this stockpile up to receive seeds, or, well, most seeds anyway, or clippings. Now, initially that was intentional, but at this point I would actually like these things brought in. We have room for them, so we may as well make it easier on everyone to have the things close by. The saplings, well, you know, actually that would probably be better to leave them on the ground, but I can't really do a clean order without them picking up the saplings as well. I managed to prevent them picking these ones up because they grabbed the logs first, but, well. Over here, I've dug out an area ready for more bedrooms for the people who work in this area of the fort, and I've already started to flesh out the walls around here. We're going to take this stairwell up another layer, And at that point, we'll be almost ready to link it up to the fields level. That is, if I don't decide to raise the fields one more level in order to have a two-tier sort of farming area, the lower tier being orchards. And I'm really tempted to do that. My temptation to do that is extreme. But we'll see. It would mean probably another year with our fields like this, which we can support, but I really would like to get that ready. But we're on the 5th day of winter at the moment, so I'm not sure how likely that is anyway. But over here, we have most of this area complete now. Once the flooring layer is done, we'll start work on the walls. And once we actually have rooms ready to move our troops into it, I will probably assign one of our nomads as a military leader. And I will probably have Adsto move into the other squad with our assassins, because Adsto has phenomenal weapon skill as well as his shield. So it would be better to have him in that one, whereas I can put someone with very low weapon skills into the tower shield group and eventually equip them with a crossbow. That seems to make a lot of sense to me. So that's the way we're probably going to roll with that. As soon as we've got this layer ready, we'll have 2 squads of 3 people each, and then slowly fill them out over time. Now, I've been continuing to watch for mants, though one may have slipped past me, I don't know, because I have been quite focused on the pine lately, so we may have a mant invasion in the near future. It has been a very, very long time since we saw any goblins. That's a little bit worrying. If I'm perfectly honest with you, that does concern me slightly. We are going to want many, many more silver statues. As you can see, I've laid out most of the areas now. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do here. Maybe have silver on the floor as well, kind of proper mirrored effect, but I don't think I will. But the most of the tiling is done. So hopefully it's not going to be too long. Oh my god, what's happening there? Gnomes? Gnomes, what have you done? That... Gnomes? Gnomes, what just happened there? Did someone just fall in the lake? Please tell me no. No? No, it's just full to capacity, is it? Sometimes the water physics in this game get sort of stuck in a loop, and that results in very bad things happening, as in the world floods. I think we may have just dodged the bullet there, but that was worrying to see. And on that rather disturbing note, I'm going to be wrapping this episode up. It is the 6th day of winter, and our gnomes are doing very well for themselves. With their 3 new nomads, our kingdom population is now 32. That's fantastic. That's a power of 2 even, which is even more fantastic. And our kingdom worth is 168,000. We're gunning for 200,000. That's probably what we're going to need for any more nomads at this point. But we're doing not too bad, considering it is the 4th year. 6th day of winter on the 4th year. It's almost year 5. This is pretty much where Spider Slaughter started to fall. And we've lost 1 person and 2 limbs. 2 limbs and 1 person. Well, that 1 person also included both their limbs. So 4 limbs, really, in total. But you know what I mean. So... on the whole, though, I am really happy with how well our military are doing. But on that note, I will be wrapping this up. I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining us for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.